Hey, how are you now? Josh with Riding Hisun Life, and today we're working on this 21 Hisun 550, getting it ready for the trails.
Riding Hisun Life.
All right, guys, so today Dad's bike's a little sick. We're going to get it back to working order. We ended up picking this up used for him. It's a 2021 550 Tactic. Great shape, has a few small things that are wrong with it, couple cosmetic things like you can see here, we're a little broken, so we got a replacement for that. A couple of broken chunks here, another broken one with some little tape on there. We're going to replace that. There's a couple of things, there's a couple of bugs with it. It's not running perfect. I get throttle out of it, but I don't get full throttle, and I suspect that there's a few things wrong, just a little gummed up in the throttle body, and we'll take that out and we'll get a look at it and we'll let you know what we find. Okay, so if you've never had a good up and close look at a Tactic before, easy way to take off the seat, you just reach in behind, pull it up, and pull it off. Comes off just like that. Okay guys, so to take off a side panel, you have a bolt here, you have another one here, and on this side you don't have the one on the inner fender, but the other side you do. So we'll go ahead and take them out, and I'll show you how easy it is to take these off. Okay, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to hold this somehow and show you at the same time. It's not exactly easy. You need two hands. There we go. It just comes off just like that. Nice and easy. You get right into the engine. No issues at all. Okay, so I've come across one issue with this machine. We did buy it used. You can look in there and see. Well, I'll see if I get a better light on for you. The oil's way too high. And it's a little bit milky from sitting. So what we're gonna do is drop that oil out of it, give it an oil change, and I guarantee it almost rip back to life. That's way too much oil. Okay guys, so I don't know if it's people just not knowing what they're doing, or for some reason I've found this a few times, especially being a shop tech here with Rita Lakes Power Sports. People are overfilling these things with oil, and they don't like it when you're supposed to have like 2 liters, 2.5 at the most, because it's an engine transmission, and people put in 4 or something like that. It's nuts. It just makes the machine just run like garbage. Okay, but anyway, that's what we did find with this. It was just way over full, and the oil quality was just garbage, and I'll show you that in a second. But when you're doing an oil change on a Tactic, what you're going to find is you're going to find these 3 things when you pull the oil pan plug out of it. Okay, so you'll find the big plug, you'll find a spring, and you'll find this little filter. So whenever you put it back in, that guy sits in there like that, and that sits on like that, and then that goes up into the bottom of the motor. Okay, anytime you're doing an oil change on one of these things, you want to see if there is any gunk in the center of this. I believe there's a magnet in there, and this filter here, if it's got any kind of shavings or anything in it, then you know you got something going on inside the motor. If it's clean like this one is, you're good to go. So I'll show you this oil, and I'll tell you right now, it's not good. Take a look at that. Just gray and just runny, just junk. It's almost like they didn't put synthetic in it or something. And it is just nasty stuff. So again, if people don't do the right maintenance on their machines, a lot of the time they just run like garbage. Okay, so when you're doing an oil change on a Tactic, to get to the oil filter, it's kind of not a great idea where they put it, but it is where it is. So it is way back in here. Okay, so every time I do one, I take this cover off. There's a bolt here, there's a bolt there, and then there's 3 on this side. And then take those out, that cover come off, and you have direct access to that oil filter. Okay guys, so take the oil filter off and grab your oil filter wrench. This one's a 66 to 67, 14 piece. That's the ones we found work. So you get her back in there like that. And they sometimes are on there. So off camera, I took a little bit of muscle to get her off of there, but now she's spinning free. So we'll get it out of the way. You'll see all that cruddy oil fall down out of there. And this wire can get in the way. And there you go. So again, when people are doing their own oil changes and stuff, some people just don't quite understand. You don't need to have these oil filters on singing tight. Like, they do not need, they'll tighten up on their own. Like, hand tight is as tight as you need to go. That one that I just pulled off of here, holy camole, that was tight. One little tip I like to say when you're putting an oil filter on, make sure that the seal on the oil filter gets a little oil on it. That way it's not dry, and what happens is it'll seal better when it's wet. So put a little oil on it, put it back in there. And what I normally do is, because I can't really get my hand on it, I just come back in here with the oil filter wrench, give it 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's all you need. Don't need to have her singing tight. She'll work just fine. All right, we'll put the plug back in the bottom of the oil engine, and then we'll put the oil to her. Okay, so we got our oil in the bike. We'll take a look, make sure we get her all the way down, all the way back out, and perfect, right to the top of that nub. When I started that was 3/4 of the way up that whole thing. There's way too much in there. Okay, as we were looking through the bike, here's one of those things you find that people just overlook and never look. So that is an air oil separator. As you can see real close, that has been melted by the exhaust. Someone didn't have the tie straps in the right spot, and it got really close to the exhaust and melted. That's what it looks like now, and that's what it's supposed to look like, not melted. Okay, so we've taken the throttle body out, and I've come to find why it's not running the really greatest. So some of the sensors must be clogged up or something, but it looks like he was running regular gas in it. On top of regular gas, he's never had it tuned up, or I'm not sure what all it entails of what he had done to it before we got it, but take a look at this. See how black that is inside there? Look at that. That should never be inside your throttle body. Should never be that black, ever. So obviously one of the sensors is running off, it's running rich as heck. So we'll check everything out and bring you back after this. Okay, so we got some time put into that, and here's what that throttle body should look like. Nice and clean, no black to it. You'll find this thing just gonna wake right up when it's like that. Just gonna wake right up. Okay, so off camera, what we did was we cleaned the throttle body, got rid of all of that carbon and stuff built up inside. And this valve right here, this one, is also called the IAC valve. It controls the idle when the machine is running without having to use any of the throttle. It lets air go through the system, and when that valve is dirty as well, it tends not to work really well, so clean that out as well. And now we're going to see how this machine runs after we're done putting this all back together. Okay, well, she's running like a top now. Take her out for a test drive later on tomorrow, and one of the culprits ended up being the O2 sensor. Since it was running terrible and rich, clogged that O2 sensor up with all kinds of carbon. It wasn't able to get the right reading going back to the computer, so it was running rich all the time. Ended up swapping that out, and it worked great. Hey, so I just wanted to show you the differences between these two O2 sensors. So that's what a new one looks like. Nice and clean. And this is what the one that's in the bike right now looks like. Black as can be, full of soot. Been running stupidly rich. Should never ever look like that. That should have almost be brownish colored because it's been burnt off. So I've been putting way too much in there, meaning all the sensors in that bike were saying, we're not running right, run rich, put more fuel into it. So that's what happened. So that's the one that's going into it, and see if that changes anything. Okay, so broken piece, non-broken piece. I'll take it out of the bike, bring it back when it's in. Okay, so not sure if it's an issue with Hisun's, if this is a newer one off of a Tactic or what the case was, but you can see this little this place here has no place for it on here. Or on here you can see there was 2 places for it to sit and mount. You can even see it's recessed a little bit right there. So for it not to look goofy, I decided to just cut the things in there, put it on, and cut off all the little tabs that were on the bottom here. And we'll mount it on with a couple of bolts, and it'll look like it was factory. Okay, so we did a lot of cosmetic work off camera just because it was a lot quicker for me, because I don't have a camera guy right here right now, and it's just me. So we ended up getting the new ends on. Okay, I just showed you before, we got the new footwell in, tidied up all the in here compartment. All the wiring looks a heck of a lot better. Okay, so you can tell me if this guy is running better or not. Way better. It almost didn't start before, so now starting and running, way better. Now we'll take it for a test drive and see how it really goes. So hey, test drive has been in, and I can tell you something, this thing rips. For that little 550, I don't know what it is, but we woke it right up. Looks like we did a good job on it. You see that? Got just sitting there with the halos on. Man, that's gorgeous, eh? But yeah, a little bit of maintenance goes a long way with these machines, and put on the right parts and she wakes right up. Hey, that's a wrap for this video. That machine's running like it's a mint one owner. Tell ya, just a little bit of maintenance goes a long way. Maintenance, that thing's just awesome. It's gonna be a great little runner for my father. So if you like what's going on with this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, get all that good content right away, and see you in the next one.
Dreams down the dead road tracks, leaving